Why? Does he watch this?
I don't know, but I put it in the chat.
What do you mean, the chat? The chat here or like the chat in our...
The chat in our league.
Isn't it weird how... Oh, there's like a delay. Chat here or like chat... Oh, yeah. That's weird. I got to turn that volume down.
Yeah, mute it or we'll get feedback, but... So, what's up, Jeff? We're halfway through the season. How's your team looking?
Feeling good, looking good. Got some injuries, but besides that, who doesn't?
That is true.
What about you? How's your team looking?
Well, treading water, hanging in there.
Dude, I was shocked when Josh Jung got freaking demoted to the minors.
I know.
I mean, that came out of left field. But the funny part about it is the guy I picked up, Lenny Sousa, whatever his name is, from Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know why he's in the pool, to be honest with you.
Well, as a matter of fact, I was going to bring him up as your pick of the week. So your pickup of the week, Sosa, all he did was go 4 for 9 with a home run, 4 RBIs in 2 games.
I know, I was laughing.
That ain't too bad. Better than my pickup of the week.
Yeah, but you know what about this week? It's Trojan Star. Hit the guy he's playing, not getting his innings, so his score is going to go up again. That's, I think, 3 weeks in a row he's played, maybe 3 or 2. I know 2 for sure, where the guy he plays doesn't get his innings.
No way.
And the guy I'm playing is not getting his innings either.
Baco Doyers is not getting his innings.
Not even close. I clicked on it. He's only got, last time I looked at 30 innings. Unless he picked up 3 pitchers in the last 10 minutes.
Well, let's take a look here. Yeah, 35 innings, and today he had... Well, I mean, you got Chase Burns on your...
No, Chase Burns is on Trojan Star.
Trojan Star. Hold on. Let me keep scrolling. Yeah.
So it's like when you're in... when you have 2 weeks in a row where you automatically win 12 categories. Well, it's kind of hard to stay competitive. But luckily, the guy I'm playing, I think it's probably his 3rd week in a row without getting his innings either.
He had a pitcher go on the IL with an injured elbow on Friday.
Mm-hmm. He also had Max Fried pitch 2 games this week and on the bench for both games.
Oh, my God. Some people just punch in the nuts. What a waste.
Well, I mean, it's not fair to the people who are trying to hold off the people who are trying to get up from the spots, just trying to make the playoffs is what I'm trying to say.
Like me?
Yeah, this affects you big time. It helps people people who are down at the bottom because they'll jump up quickly this way.
Well, I'm not going to catch Trojan Star, but who is the other team?
Who didn't get their innings?
Yeah.
2 balls, 1 bat.
Yeah, that doesn't help me either. They're behind me. But, I mean, it does hurt me because I'm trying to, trying to move up a little bit as I can. I'm freaking 10-10 right now with the Raleigh Monkeys. I think we're going to wind up tied this week. Which I needed a win. I needed to catch them.
I feel like if you're a team in this league that doesn't get their innings multiple weeks in a row, you should be locked from doing trades.
Yeah, that's
because that tells me you don't care.
Yep.
And so if you don't care, that means. And Garrett, 2 balls, 1 bat's had a history of trading players to the Blue Bombers.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like,
honestly, the Blue Bombers' offense is absolutely incredible. He just needs pitching. So I see 2 pitchers that could be coming his way real soon. But it might be too late for him.
I saw the Nationals just fired their manager and GM.
Oh, wow. I didn't see that yet.
Yeah, breaking news right now. So they're 37-53 on the season. Haven't reached the playoffs since winning the World Series all the way back in 2019.
Oh man.
That's crazy to think about. Just 6 years ago, they won the World Series.
Yep. Dude, I've been watching. I mean, you're not going to care about this at all, but last night I sat around and watched the whole entire Niner Detroit Lions replay of the playoff game. Then I watched like them playing the Falcons. Kaepernick was quarterback. All this stuff is on YouTube. So I started watching these games.
That's always fun to go back.
Oh yeah.
Well, hello, Lisa Anderson. Thanks for coming in, one of my YouTube friends.
Oh, is there a commenter or are they on the cast?
They popped in on the chat.
Oh, okay. Dude, I was very happy with myself that I didn't trade you when you sent me that Vinny trade.
Yeah.
Because he absolutely went off this week.
I had I sent an offer just now before we got on here. I sent an offer. It looks like it was already denied, already rejected. Look at that.
What'd you send?
Jeez, I don't even remember now.
Dude, Holiday had a nice game today.
Yeah, he did, Jackson.
Yep.
You want to hear a funny story about Jackson Holiday?
Sure.
So, a couple years ago, my daughter had a soccer tournament down in Southern California. So there was a guy that had messaged me on Facebook Marketplace, like, "Hey, I see you have all these baseball cards for sale. Can we make a deal?" And I said, "Well, sure." And he goes, "It was for like 15,000 cards. It was like 2 big old boxes full."
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "Yeah, but I'm down in like Southern California. You know, what would it cost to ship it?" And so I said, "Well, where are you?" And it was like right in the town we were going to for that tournament in like 2 weeks. I said, "Well, if you could wait like 2 weeks, just Venmo now, and I'll be down in 2 weeks." So we go down, take the cards, and the guy was an Angel fan. I actually met him up in Fresno at a card show in Fresno. I remembered him from his Angel hat, old school Angel hat with all the pins on it.
Yep.
So I hook him up. You know, I gave him a sweet deal, like $60 for 2 big old boxes of just junk cards. And I start flipping through his stuff, thinking, well, I'm going to take that 60 I just made and flip through his stuff and see if he's got anything good. I found a Jackson Holiday autographed card. Now, this was the day before the draft. This was on a Saturday, and Holiday was projected to go number 2 the next day. And so I picked up the card for like $8-9. Autographed Jackson Holiday. He had no idea who he was. This guy was into older stuff from like the 80s and 90s. So he had no clue about newer stuff. And it wasn't it was the Jackson Holiday Team USA card. So it wasn't like a licensed product. So he probably didn't know a lot about who he was.
Yeah.
But so I picked it up and I flipped it. The next day I flipped it after he went number 1. I flipped it for $100.
Nice. It's a good day.
I'm like, sometimes you gotta be lucky.
I don't really know much about baseball cards. I have about 150 of them. I went through them all throughout the years. I went through them all like about 2 months ago, and I Googled everyone that I thought that could be worth money, and I think the most one that was worth the most money was like $8.75. It was a Nolan Ryan.
Yeah, it's a bad thing.
Well, I had like Ricky Henderson and all this stuff. I thought, he might be worth $10. Now it's $6.95.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough. The problem is there's so much out there, so much product, overprinted, printed to the moon. It's like thinking you have a cool penny that's worth like $5, and then you realize there's like a million of them, and it's 2 cents.
Yeah.
So, but so we have one more week till the All-Star game. So this coming up week until the All-Star game.
Yeah, this will be a full week, then the All-Star break.
And then we got that silly weekend schedule, week and 3-day schedule, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the league matchups and see who's doing what.
All right. For next week or this week?
Well, we'll start this week. So,
all right.
I'm locked in. See, I was 10 games behind Rally Monkeys, and I'm going to wind up tying him, so that doesn't help me. Blue Bombers is going to be going deep, so that gets going deep off my tail. That helps me a little bit. You're smashing 2 balls and 1 bat. That helps Blue Bombers and increases your, let's see, so you've got 19, a Trojan Star has 17.
But that's not what it's going to be. I'm going to be at 23 because the guy I'm playing is not getting his innings. He only has 24, and there's 3 categories he's winning, so those are going to flip to make it 23.
And that's what's BS is why are you being punished? You should be able to get 2 points closer, and instead you're going to wind up 15 points farther.
No, I'm going to collect 3 more points because the guy I'm playing doesn't have. And plus, there's still 1 more game on, and he's winning average, but only by like 2 points. And he has 3 players playing. I only have 1. So there's a good chance that's going to flip too. So I might end up with 24 points after this. 23 for sure, guaranteed.
Okay, I got you. Oh, It's Always Sunny in St. Louis is in 3rd. He's going to.
Yeah, so I'll pick some games up on him. I don't really care if I come in 1st or 2nd. I just like that bye week.
Yeah, no kidding. The bye week makes you feel a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about ready to throw my remote at the TV. The frickin' Dodgers got swept by the Astros. I'm so sick of the Astros. I never want to see them win a game ever.
Yeah, but I never feel sorry for the Dodgers, so.
I know.
I mean, do you not see that in the background of my garage?
Well, 1988 was a long time ago, buddy. You got to let it go.
That's 82, 85, 89, and 95, brother. And then I got my Second Amendment flag right next to it.
You know.
But anyways, yeah, so let's see here. Going back to Trojan Star, 2 weeks in a row with automatically winning all the pitching. So he's at 17, but he's going to collect 18, 19, 20. So he'll end up with 20. So it'll be 20-4. That'll be his final score.
Yeah.
So with me getting 23 points this week, I'm only going to pick up 3 points. That's funny.
Yeah, but you're gonna stay. You're gonna stay pretty solidly in 2nd place, though. You got a pretty good lead over it. Over It's Always Sunny Lane in 3rd place, so you'll increase that a few. So that'll be nice. You're already up 10.
I don't even know who. I think I'll probably play. I always follow Trojan Star, so I'll play Baco Dyers next.
Let's take a look next week. See if we can get some. Well, I got Trojan Star this week. I promise you I will get my innings. I will do everything in my power. Matter of fact, if you want to trade me a few of your studs for a week, and I'll trade them back during the All-Star week, just to guarantee I can beat him for you. I'll do everything in my power to beat Trojan.
I mean, your team is, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Skeens will no earned runs again the other day, but
Jake Myers has been on fire lately.
Jake Myers has been on fire lately. I've been loving Jake Myers.
I've been watching him.
He's been doing it for me, but I had a couple more injuries today, so that doesn't help.
Dude, you're just hurting with Alvarez not in your lineup or Ozuna just kind of not playing well, but those are 2 big ones right there.
Yeah, huge. Especially Jordan. He's been shut down again, and hand still hurts.
Well, I don't believe anything that Houston says, though.
No.
They'll be back in a week. That means 6 months.
Yeah, too much Xbox.
So how much do you think Long is stressing right now?
Well,
what do you think? Have you talked to him?
No. I sent him a congratulations text on retirement.
Yeah. I texted him for that. He was in Vegas last week. He called me, but I couldn't make it. It's the hard thing about living here. There's always somebody going to Vegas.
Yeah.
I get calls hey, come down. It's like, dude, man, like Rios was just there. He's there right now, in fact. So I saw him yesterday. Tom was there the week before. There's just Medina was there the week before that. Ayala called me the week before that. It's like, oh my gosh.
Hey, it reminds me. I heard about the teacher that got arrested in Pahrump, or not arrested, but got in trouble for buying fireworks.
Oh, not surprised.
You didn't hear that story?
No.
I guess they live in a different county, and they
Probably Clark.
Yeah, and it doesn't allow the fireworks that they bought in Pahrump. And like I'm reading the comments underneath, and I guess, oh yeah, everybody knows there's freaking narcs and people watching, and like they're parked across the street just waiting for you to come out. And
yep. So, dude, the way it works is Clark County is Vegas, obviously. I live in Nye County. That's where the fireworks stores are. When you come here to buy fireworks, you have to buy a permit first. The permit, well, it was $5 2 years ago. I heard it's $7 now. When you buy that permit, you cannot buy the fireworks until you purchase the permit. You can purchase the permit right there in the fireworks store. On the permit, it tells you that you cannot, traffic the fireworks, like California to Clark County. And the cops, the highway patrol, they sit right out there in front of Apple fireworks. People pull out of the driveway and they pull them right over. Well, they wait until they leave Nye County, so they follow up the 160 a little bit.
That's wild. Yeah, I sent that link to my buddy next door because I told you a couple weeks ago him and some buddies went to Pahrump and bought a whole bunch.
Yep.
Dude, it was a war zone here. Oh man, AZ, I completely forgot that game was on.
What game?
USA Mexico soccer.
Oh God, I can't remember the last time I saw soccer.
Well, it's USA Mexico, so call me interested.
But yeah, dude, I was going to Vegas about a week ago on the 160 from Pahrump. So that the 160 turns into Blue Diamond. You know where Blue Diamond is?
Yeah.
Okay, so it turns into Blue Diamond. I'm going up the 160. As I'm going up there, I must have seen 6 people pulled over on the side of the freeway within 2 blocks of each other. And all of them had their trunks open, and they were just taking fireworks out and putting them on the side of the freeway.
That's crazy.
I mean, if you had a brain in your head, you'd come to Pahrump and buy the fireworks like maybe a couple months prior when no one even pays attention.
Exactly.
That's what most people do. Dude, there are people here who pull in with a box truck on July 1st to the fireworks store. It has California license plates.
Dude, yeah. So like the big hashtag was cancel 4th of July. Yeah, ain't nobody canceling nothing because it was wild and LA was off the hook.
That's just the news media. Fake news.
Fake news, man. Fake news.
They've been so exposed. I don't even know how they can go on. I honestly don't even know how CNN, MSNBC, and all these channels, how they even go on TV anymore. It's so funny. It's like they've been so exposed for being such liars that I don't believe anything they say anymore.
Yeah, they've been that way. Well, even in 2012, I quit. So people say, tell me to quit watching Fox News. You know the last time I watched Fox News, Jeff? 2012.
All I watch is podcasts.
Yeah.
I watch Patrick David all the time. I watch freaking. You ever seen this guy Devorian? Something, I can't remember his last name, but he's like a black dude. He has his own channel. He's really good. Really good.
No, I watch like Jason Tatum. He's a retired officer, black guy.
No, I see him all the time too.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
And the Hodge brothers.
Yeah, the Hodge brothers are great. You
ever watch Benny Johnson?
Yeah.
I watch him all the time. Do you watch Patrick David?
No, I'm gonna have to look that one up.
Dude, you gotta watch PDD. He's the #1 podcast behind frickin' Joe Rogan, and he's awesome. He's got 4 dudes on his panel, and he's Iranian. He came from Iran, and he's an American citizen now, but he's loaded. He's a total entrepreneur, great podcast. He's in with Dana White. Dana White's on all the time.
Think of the fridge. Yeah. Yeah, I have to look him up. So like another one is like Joe Pags.
Who?
His name is Joe Pags, Pags, like Pagzalero. He's pretty good. Go Tigers! In Marsh is in here. We got AZ Coins just popped in. Say hello. AZ Coins down there, your neighbor in Arizona.
Nice.
1-1 right now, Arizona. 1-1. We have. Looks like we got about 40 minutes left in the second half here. They're at the 55-minute mark, so probably another 40 minutes or so in this game. In Marsh is in here. In Marsh, go Tigers. Yeah, Tigers. I tell you what, the Tigers, let's get back to baseball. The Tigers haven't got enough credit the last couple of years. Their talent has really risen to the top, and playoff team last year and first place so far this year. I mean, who on the Tigers do you think is their best player?
Who do I think their best player is? I think without a doubt, Riley Green.
Right.
I really do. He's just a stud. But that doesn't mean other guys aren't good too. I mean, obviously their pitcher, Scoble, he's freaking awesome.
Yeah, and then even my guy Casey Mize, their number 2.
Yeah, he's had a great year.
He's had a very good year, and but Riley Green and they got
Meadows played well. I don't know if he's hurt right now, but he was doing good. The first base guy, the guy's always been a failure. He's been on and off this year. You know what I'm talking about? I can't think of his name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
First baseman, drafted high in the draft, so he's supposed to be a super stud.
Yeah. I'm drawing a blank right now. But I know who you're talking about.
I can't think of his name either for some reason. Usually good at names. But then again, at work, everyone wore a name tag, so.
I know. It's what sucks being retired as long as I've been retired now is I'll run into somebody and I can't remember their goddamn name.
I feel you. I have that happen too.
I did run into somebody. I did run into Benavides yesterday at Home Depot, but I remembered Benavides because I always called him Benny.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was big Benavides, not little Benavides, but the bigger one. And he's getting ready. He's going to retire in December. He got his 30 years.
Good. I think Benny's just bored. Everyone's gone.
Yeah, Dobbs retired. Did I tell you that?
No. Dude, Rios told me the count is like 3,100.
Dude, it's ridiculous.
I mean, when I left, I remember when I was getting my signatures, I walked through, Central Control, said goodbye to people, was in there. They have that chalkboard in there, the ink pen board with the counts on it.
Yeah.
It was like 6,300 when I left. I mean, So in 5 years, 50% of the population's just been released. Jesus.
Yeah, it's bad. The culture's bad. The youngsters are bad. So, but coming up this week, so Berniese's got the Bombers.
Well, that'll be a good matchup.
I think Bernese can handle the Bombers. 2 balls.
Bernese, he'll definitely give Long a run for his money.
Here's the me worried because 2 balls, 1 bat can't get their innings. They're playing the Redbirds, who I'm chasing for a playoff spot.
You want me to tell you a story about Long? What I did to him one year, just to tell you just to explain to you how someone who can know so much about fantasy baseball can still be manipulated. So we're playing we're playing in the series right before the championship series. So whoever wins our series goes and plays in the championship series. So it comes down to the last night, Sunday night. It's the Yankees against the Red Sox. Dude, I've got the shortstop. Rodriguez, but he's got oh my God, what's his name? What's that white pitcher that used to be on Boston, who they said was a racist? He had blood on his ankle. His sock went to the whole thing. Say it again.
Kurt Schilling.
So Long is losing, but the only way he can win, because I looked at all the categories, is if he pitches Schilling. He has him on his team. if he pitches Schilling and Schilling pitches a good game, he'll win like 2 more pitching categories, which will make him win. I have Rodriguez, so we're talking. He's got Schilling in his starting lineup, and I'm just telling him on the phone. It's like 5 minutes for the game starts. Well, dude, you're making the biggest mistake of your life. There's a good chance Schilling's going to go in there and get shelled. You're going to flip. I'm going to flip 6 categories. And he's listening to me. He's listening. He's, oh, no, dude, I got to pitch. I'm like, all right, he's going to lose. I mean, you're going to blow it. Thank you for giving me this week. I appreciate the gift. We hang up. Literally a minute before the game starts, he takes Schilling out, puts him on his bench. Schilling pitches a complete game 1 hitter.
Oh.
And I ended up moving on, and he lost. I just laughed.
That's wild. Oh, I remember. Yeah, that's always fun. So we got, who else we got? So after that, we've got the matchup. You and the Baco Doyers. Doyers in 10th place, not going anywhere. Mexicutioner and the Rally Monkeys.
Dude, the Mexicutioner. He freaking this week, I've been watching their scores. So he needed 16 innings to get his freaking 16. He had 34 innings. So he picked up like 2 pitchers. At the end of when they took out his second pitcher, he hit exactly 50 innings. And then for whatever reason, whoever he had pitching in the morning, the game was delayed forever. So now that guy's pitching. So now he's got 53 innings. But it was funny, dude. He had it down to 1, got it right on the nose.
Oh, my.
But hey, at least it was Matthew Boyd. For some reason, that game has been delayed all day long.
Put that work in. Well, that'll be a good matchup. 7th against 6th place.
Yep.
And then going deep against, it's always sunny in St. Louis.
He's on top of it, man. I don't know who he is. I know he's the son of Redbird, Callan's kid. But he's on top of it. He always, his lineup's always set. You ain't getting no breaks with him.
Yeah, he's on it, so he's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, he's tough.
That's the matchup. So you had not only Sosa, I kind of checked your team last week, your pickups, but Mike Burrows, that was a nice pickup.
Yeah.
5 innings, no earned runs, 1.4 whip, which wasn't great, but he had 10.8 Ks per walk. So that was a good little pickup, sneaky little pickup right there.
Yeah, but I didn't play him.
No,
I picked him up just so frickin' the guy I was playing couldn't pick him up. And I also picked up Trevor Rogers this morning just so that guy couldn't get picked up by the guy I was playing. And Trevor Rogers went 6.2 innings, 0.0 ERA, 8.10 on strikeouts. I mean, he had a good game.
So I picked up a scrub, even though I only needed 2.3 innings or 2.2 innings to get my innings, but I had Paul Skeens, and I thought, oh man, like rain out.
Why don't you trade Paul Skeens?
Because I love him. I need him.
So what, dude? Okay. This is my personal opinion. I'm looking at the league. I'm looking at where you're sitting right now. Okay, so you're in 8th place. You've got Paul Skeens. We have what? We're halfway through. You could probably trade Skeens to someone and get a bona fide stud hitter and a good pitcher. Probably someone who's putting up just as good as numbers as Skeens. These are the kind of moves you got to make to move up in the standings when it gets towards the end.
Oh, I know. Towards the end,
Yeah, but I just think I wish he was on my team because he's a huge bargaining chip.
All-Star breaks coming up. That's when I start thinking about moving my bigger chips. And
I mean, I look at 2 bats in 1 ball. You could probably offer him freaking Skeens and walk away with Fried and Mookie Betts or something.
I don't want Mookie Betts. That dude's been dog crap.
Well, then you can turn around and turn him into something because this is a Dodger. That's what I look at. We played a Dodger league. Everyone in this league is a lot of Dodger fans.
Very true.
Mookie could turn it around at any moment.
Man, I don't know. He was dropped 25 pounds to start the year. He was sick. Nobody knew what was wrong with him.
I understand, but he's still the same human being. I believe summertime, heat comes out. We'll see what happens.
I mean, I would trade I'd trade Skeens for like a James Wood and a B pitcher.
Well, who's got James Wood? Long Burnett. I think Burnett has him. Let me check. Yep, Burnett's got him.
Oh.
But Burnett's more difficult because he knows what's up.
But I have 5 relievers, and
I would offer Burnett right now. I would offer him Skeens and somebody else on your team who's not that good, just a decent player, because Skeens is a stud. And in return, I'd ask for James Wood and Logan Gilbert. And I would offer him Skeens, and let me look at your team. Because Skeens is, he's a big player. He's a big name. Let's see.
I'd offer him one of my 5 relievers.
No, you got to go hitter. Let's see. I mean, if you're serious, I would go like
4 relievers.
Dude, Marcelo Ozuna. I know he's awesome, but he ain't awesome this year. I would offer Ozuna and Skeens for fucking Logan Gilbert and James Wood. Logan Gilbert's going to put up the same numbers as Skeens, if not better, the rest of the year, in my opinion. So if you can improve and get a good hitter out of it, why not? That would make your team better.
Yeah, Logan Gilbert's been pretty good.
But I don't know if Burnett would do that.
No, and Gilbert came back from an elbow injury. He's been good, but
yeah, he got hurt this year. But what pitcher doesn't get hurt?
Paul Skeens.
Yet.
Yes. I mean, I'd rather have Joe Ryan, probably. Joe Ryan's underrated. Joe Ryan in Minnesota, I tell you what, the Minnesota Twins are such an underrated team.
Yeah, but the thing about Joe Ryan is he always falls apart in the second half. So if I had Joe Ryan on my team, I would be trying to trade him right now. He's always really good in the first half, and in the second half he falls apart. It's going to happen again this year. It's happened 2 years in a row. He was on my team 1 year. He was so good in the beginning of the season, and then in the end of the season, he just fell apart. Just kind of got a track record of that. So it's a perfect time to trade him. He's a high sell candidate, in my opinion.
Well, I'll tell you who had a bad drop of the week. It's Always Sunny. And I understand why they dropped this player. They dropped Lance McCullers, who's been absolutely terrible the whole year.
Yeah.
And then he goes and pitches like 7 shutout innings against the Dodgers. The 4th of July.
To me, when it comes to that dude, ride him until he's hurt. You know he's going to go down at some point. Pitching is so difficult just because of all the injuries.
Oh, for sure.
You can trade for a pitcher, and you're so happy, you're dancing around, and then the next morning you wake up with a smile on your face, you go to your team, there's a big red DDD right by that guy. You're like, what the hell? Sore elbow. Ugh.
Yeah, flexor.
Kiss of death.
Yep, that's how Clark Schmidt for the Yankees went down the other day.
Yep.
We got the All-Star roster. How many All-Stars do you have?
Honestly, I don't feel like I don't have the ESPN names. But if I had to pick All-Stars for my team, I would pick Marte for sure.
Yeah.
I would pick Green.
And Marte didn't make the – wait, did he make starters? Let me look. Marte didn't – yeah, Marte's a starting second baseman.
I would say Chris Bubik and Garrett Crochet. That would be my All-Stars. Dude, Chris Bubik has had such a good year, and I drafted him so late.
With the Royals?
Yeah. I might have even picked him out of the pool after the draft.
Yeah, they're both – him and Crochet are both All-Stars, so that's 3 pretty good All-Stars right there.
So Bubik was a huge steal of the draft. Or after draft. Because he played last year.
Yeah, he's been around for a little bit.
The guy on my team that has surprised me the most is Grant Holmes.
Oh yeah, I have him in another league, and he's been phenomenal with that hair down.
Even when he gives up runs, he still strikes out freaking 8 people. It's like, all right, that's fine. But yeah, he's been a big surprise to me. Jose Soriano's been a surprise.
I had him last year. He's good if he can figure out. I mean, he's good. I think he could be better though. He's electric. He's fun to watch.
Yeah, dude, he's been having a good year, man. I think it was last week he had like 13 strikeouts. I was like, holy shit.
Well, let's check out. I got Brent Rooker, All-Star.
You think they're ever going to bring up Bubba Chandler?
They need to. What are they waiting for?
Dude, I've had this guy on my team since day one. I refuse to drop him at this point.
I mean, they got to eventually.
So, dude, I've been playing with this guy on my team since day one. So, an NA. I've had an NA on my team the whole season. So, one less roster spot.
Let's see. Who else do I have?
Dude, what would you have done if I traded you Josh Jung and then you woke up the next morning and he was demoted? Would you think I knew, or would you just think it was bad luck?
I would have thought you knew.
Well, I didn't, because when I woke up and saw he was dropped, I was like, what the hell? Because he wasn't that bad. Jesus.
So I've got Brent Rooker as an all-star on my team. I've got...
What about Miguel Garcia?
He's
had a decent year.
Wait,
I got Bobby Witt, too. I forgot about Mr. Witt.
Yeah, Miguel Garcia didn't make our team, but Bobby Witt did.
Yeah, I got him, too. I forgot. How do you forget Bobby Witt, for Christ's sakes?
Let's see. Who else do I have?
Austin Riley's been a huge disappointment.
Paul Skeens.
Did you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
I think Miguel Garcia has been awesome. But, dude, he was on my team last year. He was awesome last year. He was such an under-the-radar guy.
And he's at second base, third base, so that helps.
I was a little irked when you drafted him. I thought I could get him even further down.
Yeah, Austin Riley, another 0 for 3 today.
Yeah, he's just been a dud.
He's been hitting better lately. I mean, he was at 275, so he has brought his average up a little bit, but he's only got 13 home runs.
But, I mean, he was expected to have, like, probably 25 by now, at least the same as Corbin Carroll.
Top 3-round pick. Yeah, he's definitely hurt me. Just when I go and I ride Gary Sanchez the whole year, and then I drop him, and then he gets catcher eligibility. I pick him up. He hits the IL yesterday. But I'll give you
that's fantasy baseball, baby.
Let me give you a pick.
I mean, dude, I go from Josh Jung going to the minors. I'm pissed off, and then I just go to the pool and pick up a guy with better numbers, plays the same position. I started laughing to him. This guy's better anyways. Screw it.
Brian. Oh, well, look who showed up. Brian Walsh is in here.
Is he in our league?
I do believe that's one of Long's plants.
Oh, is that Trojan Star?
Mr. Walsh? What's up, Mr. Walsh? Yeah, AZ coins. I know. We got swept by the trash droves. So here's a name. So Clark Schmidt went down. Cam Schlittler for the New York Yankees. You think they call him up?
I don't know. I think so.
I mean, he's been a stud.
Usually all these guys get called up right around the All-Star game. I got 2 guys I'm eyeing. I don't want to say their names. Trojan Star picks everybody up.
Yeah, that's why Trojan Star's in first. That, and they play players that don't get their innings.
Okay, he plays teams back-to-back with no fucking innings. Here, let's give this team an extra 12 points each week. There he is, Spencer Tolkerton.
Here we go. All right, since Trojan Star's in the chat, here we go. Let's break down the team.
There it is. Spencer Torkelson. That's who we were talking about.
Cal Rowley.
Dude, I had him last year on my team. I already know what he's all about. He's a stud. He's a home run hitter. Big time.
Juan Soto.
Juan Soto's always a stud. Roman Anthony was a great pickup. I wanted him, but he got him. It's a great pickup because you're in the middle of the year and you just get this stud for nothing. Schwarber's good. He's a strikeout machine, but he can hit. I always liked C.J. Abrams, but he's been kind of a dud.
Spencer Strider, Zach Wheeler, Edward Cabrera.
Dude, Zach Wheeler's been doing it, man. Every year for the last 3 years. Edward Cabrera, he's finally stopped walking people. About time.
Yeah. Let's see. Hunter Brown. Pretty good.
Yeah, he's got a good team. There's no doubt about it. In this year, everyone's team is pretty much based on the draft because no one will trade.
Yeah, well, it's coming. Long's going to start fleecing teams. That's coming.
Oh yeah, 2 balls and 1 bat. His AAA team. Well, I wouldn't even call it that. His AA team is going to be trading him players any moment. Guaranteed. I'm saying it right here. Max Fried will be on Long's team within 3 weeks. And, dude, he's got some good players. He's got Mookie, who I know you don't like, but I do. Let's see. There's no reason why he should be down there. If he put his players in, he would be higher up in the standings. Alec Burleson. That dude's a stud, man. I had him last year. Such an under-the-radar guy. Mookie Betts. Let's see. Who else? Trent Grisham. I can't even believe that guy's still playing. He's playing well.
Oh, I know. I had him beginning of the year in another league, and I finally had to drop him just. All
right, so these are the players I see going to Long's team soon. Possibly Hunter Green, Max Fried, Dylan Cease, Mookie Betts, and that's probably it. And in return, this guy's going to get 4 dudes that were pulled out of the pool the night before.
Yep. That's no lie. All right, Lisa, I made Brian Blue. He can join the chat.
But yeah, Trojan Star will be in it. There's no doubt. And Zach Neto's had a good year, I feel.
Oh, Mexico just missed out on a score.
And I love Josh Naylor. Always have. Dude, Josh Naylor was on my team like the last 3 years. I was so bummed I didn't get him this year.
Yeah, I got another league. He's kind of been up and down this year, but he can mash.
He's just got good. He's got a heart. He's got good heart, man. He tries. You can see it if you watch the game. He's a gamer. That's what I like about him.
I think Mexico is going to get this goal. It was close.
Fuck, they should just send people there and deport them. Just kidding. Nothing like a deportation joke to get everyone all crying.
Oh, they gave him the goal. Yeah. 2-1 Mexico. Son of a bitch.
Hey man, are we doing this podcast? We're talking about soccer.
Hey, we're doing this chat.
All right.
So what's going to happen in the second half? Who do you have breaking out on your team the second half?
Okay, this is what I'm hoping for. I think that Jackson Holiday could really come alive in the second half. I think Bobby Witt's going to go on fire. His numbers have been nothing great. Nothing bad, though, but just not Bobby Witt. I think Cam Smith might break out. And that's about it. What about your team?
I think.
And I think Lawrence Butler will break out because last year he broke out in the second half like a madman.
I think Isaac Paredes for Houston.
Okay.
The whole reason I drafted him was because of the short porch in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully he can break. I think Austin Riley's gonna wake up, and I really hope that Noelve Marte and Marcelo Zuna wake up. I think out of those two, I think Marte would be a big piece of my team. If he can catch fire the next couple of weeks, I might put.
He was a steroid guy last year, right?
Yes,
We'll see.
we'll see. But if he catches fire, I might trade Austin Riley.
He can hit. There's no doubt about it. He's got the power. He's a stud. We'll see what happens. I really like Jake Myers. How hurt is he? Because he's just a pool pickup guy.
Yeah, he went 1 for 2 today before he got hurt. Just a calf strain, calf tightness.
Okay.
So he'll be all right.
I also like Jose Calabrio because these are players that I always pick up in the pool. But now they're not there anymore.
Well, the thing about him is just his.
He gets a lot of steals.
He gets a lot of steals. I mean, and he plays 4 positions.
Yep.
31 stolen bases right now. I mean,
He's a gamer.
nothing wrong with that. I mean, if he goes 1 for 4,
I'm gonna go back Trojan Star. I want to see
There's
who's
been
gonna break out that we think.
there's been games he didn't get a hit and got me 2 steals.
Well, that's good. I think Josh Naylor's gonna break out. I really do.
I'll
It's
tell
gonna
you,
be a big player for him. I think
I'll tell you-
Soto's gonna freaking go off again.
I need Luis Arias to wake up.
Yeah, I mean, he's a 300 hitter.
I mean, Arias, Riley Green.
Now on the negative on Trojan Star, I would be the only real concern would be Edward Cabrera because he's giving him so much right now. So if he falls off the map again, that'll hurt.
Yeah. And Cabrera, I mean, they could shut Cabrera down before the end of the year. He could be on an innings limit.
And I think Birdsong has flown the coop.
That's funny.
I don't like him anymore. But he's got Zach Wheeler and Spencer Strider. Spencer Strider, he could be a breakout dude.
Raleigh Monkeys put half his pitching staff on.
So Trojan Star's sitting really good. He really is. He's got a good team. It's gonna be tough to beat. I think he's the front runner. Team to beat.
Yeah, but everybody's just one slump or one injury away.
This is true. Then you go to Long's team. It's like I look at his offense. Dude, he's got some good players, man. Caminero, Dela Cruz, Cunha, Rodriguez, Chirio. These are all studs. How is he in last place? Well, one reason he's got Taj Bradley on his team. That guy, he should dump him immediately. Dude, there's probably 5 guys in the pool better than that dude.
He's got Tyler Stevenson as a catcher.
George Kirby's starting to come back, so that'll help him. He just picked up Kirby Yates, so we'll see. Brian Rue's been steady. Luzardo, we'll see what happens with him. Kershaw, I would drop his ass. Kenzie Gore's been good. When is Regan coming back? He actually has good pitchers. I mean, he has a good core if he gets Regan's back. I don't understand how he's doing, why he's so far down. I really don't.
Wu has been good.
The players on his team do not reflect his placement in the standing. I can only come up with one thing. It's the management.
Yeah.
I wish he was listening right now. Oh, he'd be texting me right now. I was just kidding.
His relief pitchers have been hurting him the last month. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Dude, relief pitchers do nothing but destroy your pitching staff, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I had a guy today give up, I think, 2-3 home runs. His ERA is 188. I started laughing. 188. What are you putting up there? Dozers Sluggers and oh, you typed that in?
Yeah.
I would love to get Jackson Cheerio. He's not having a good year so far, in my opinion. You probably trade for him. But Long, God, the thing about trading Long is he wants everyone off your team. I'll give you Jackson Cherio, but I want Bobby Witt, Riley Green, and Crochet. And I will give you Cherio and these two dudes I'm going to go pick up in the pool right now. We got a deal?
Yeah. I'll send you an offer in the morning, but first let me go pick up two guys at midnight. About the truth. Oh. Hopefully I
got the 4th and 5th player rankings on his team.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
He's got so got to research. So he's got Ellie De La Cruz was a 5.3 pick. Julio Rodriguez a 17.1 pick. Ronald Acuna 35.8 pick. Jackson Churio was a 19.5 pick. So right there's 4 guys that were top 2 rounds. Top 3 rounds.
Honestly, I felt Jackson Cherio was drafted and ranked. I didn't think he was earned it.
Well, sophomore slump. Everybody
say that. He was on my team last year, so I watched him the whole year. Was he good? Yes. He completely fell off in the second half last year. But the first half he was good. Or maybe it's vice versa. I can't remember. Pretty sure he fell off in the second half. McLean's been kind of a disappointment.
Yeah, McLean was a. Right now he's.
Nathan Lowe is always a disappointment.
McLean's been dropped 834 times. He's only been added 227 times in the last. And
wow, that's interesting.
And he was a top 7 round pick on average. 6th to 7th round pick. It's fun to go back and look at like average pick.
Do that on my team. I want to see. It's interesting. I never even clicked on that before. Who's got the most drops and the most ads? Probably me. Let's see. Moves, 98. Who's second? 87 Long. Rally Monkeys.
Yeah, Raleigh Monkey's been making a lot of moves.
Tommy Gun 65. Burnett's only got 48 this year.
Yeah, he's more worried about silver and gold. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Dozers Sluggers. Research.
Look at that. 2 rookies right there. Cam Smith and frickin' Jackson Holiday right next to each other.
You got Jake Magnum, even drafted.
What'd you say?
Jake Magnum, who doesn't even have a draft.
Yeah, and Burnett dropped him. I picked him up. Burnett dropped him when he went on the DL, but I looked and it said he was only going to the DL for like 10 days, so I picked him up. It's been good. Doesn't hit any home runs, but he steals a lot of bases and he hits for average.
So Chris Bubich was averaged a 242nd pick. Grant Holmes, 240.8.
All right, put Bubich's numbers compared to Skeens. Because I got this guy, I'm pretty sure, after the draft. But even so, 200 picks, 242. Skeens probably in the top 10.
Yeah, they're pretty comparable. ERA is really close.
It makes me sick when you can get a player that has numbers that are not, I don't know if they're going to be as good, but in the ballpark with someone who goes in the first round. And that is why I will not take a pitcher. It would have to be fucking Nolan Ryan came back to life in his prime. Or someone like that. Sandy Koufax.
So comparing, here's what Yahoo would say straight up: Bubich for Skeens.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, absolutely. So Yahoo says I would actually come out slightly ahead. Slightly behind. So
Dude, this should be a very good learning moment for you. To never take a picture in the first round again.
so if you look, like there's like really no. I mean, I would come out on the losing end, but just so much barely that I'll never draft a pitcher in the first round again.
Now put Crochet up against frickin' Skeens. These are two pitchers that I drafted way after you drafted Skeens.
You're just like rubbing it in at this point.
No, I'm just trying to make a point why I never take pitchers in the first round. Do I want to? Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting there with the number 2 pick and I see Skeens sitting there. Of course, I want to take him, but I'm not going to. I want to buy a Corvette, but I'm not going to.
Crochet versus Schemes.
I mean, they only rank 5 players apart.
So it's interesting. It says I would get more Ks and fewer losses with Crochet, which the fewer losses makes sense because Schemes never win. But the more Ks is interesting. How many Ks does Crochet have?
Ks. Oh, right there, Ks.
151 strikeouts. He's leading major leagues in strikeouts.
There you go. So that's 2 pictures that were taken after. Yeah, I'm rubbing it in, I guess. I don't mean to.
He's 125 strikeouts.
Pointing out the facts.
Well, that's why you're in second place, and I'm fighting for a playoff spot.
Yeah, but you've been around long enough to know better.
That's why you're the 8-time champ.
So what was your draft pick? What number did you pick?
6 or 7.
Okay, go to the first round.
I think it was 7.
Go to the first round. Please. I want to see who you passed on to get Skeens. Who went after Skeens for the rest of the first round. And then ask if you would trade that player straight up at this moment for whoever it is. Fair enough?
Yep.
All right. Where are you at? Tommy Gun.
So I had pick number 9.
We'll scroll up a little bit because I can't see. All right. 9. Paul Skeens. Okay, so Fernando Tatis. Would you trade him straight up?
Probably. Well, would I right now?
Yeah, right now, today. Trey was sitting as your thing.
No.
Okay, what about Kyle Tucker?
No, I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't trade because I got enough. My outfield is, I think, solid enough, especially if Ozuna comes back strong. Well, that makes it hard.
Well, it also changes your whole draft. So you could have been picking all different players. Me personally, I mean, I look at I can't see the 12th pick.
So yeah, if I would have taken Tatis instead of Skeens, then I don't draft Ozuna later. That's yeah.
I mean, personally, me, I'd rather have Lindor. I would have taken Lindor. I would have taken probably Vladdy. I would have taken Alvarez, not Harper. That's probably it for me.
Yeah, taking Alvarez in the second round definitely cost me.
Yeah, but you didn't know he was going to get hurt. No one can predict injuries.
No. But I mean, when Corbin Carroll was there.
Who'd you take in the third round? Austin Riley.
Austin Riley, another one that's underperformed. Like,
that's one where you wish someone else just would have taken him before you. Because he went in the right spot, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
You just kind of now you're just like, man, I wish someone else would have taken him.
But I'll tell you what I would have done. You know what I would have done had I taken? Okay, so let's say I take in the first round. I take Tatis. The second round, I probably take. Second round, I probably take Turner or Chisholm.
Okay, well, you know who could have been there when you think about it? You took schemes. So let's just pretend you took. Who did you say?
In the first round, if I would have taken Tatis,
second. Stop right there. You took Let's say you did take Tatis.
Yeah.
You could have turned around and taken with your second pick, Zach Wheeler.
Yeah.
And you'd be a way better team right now.
No, I probably would have taken Corbin Burns.
Well, you could have done that too. I'm just saying the options are there, but Corbin Burns, he's hurt now.
I know. So I'm actually. It kind of makes me feel a little happier having Paul Skeens now instead of waiting and getting Burns in like the third round. But yeah, Zach Wheeler in the third round would have been there.
Yep.
Possibly.
Crochet would have been there.
Burns would have definitely been there.
Okay, let's name the I want to see the pitchers who went. Who were the top 5 pitchers? Skeens, Skubal. Corbin Burns.
Zach Wheeler. Tyler Glasnow, who was.
Tyler Glass, so that's 5.
There's a reason 2 balls, 1 bat's in the last place. When he took that pick, I just went, oof. As a Dodger fan, even I was like, oh, I ain't touching that guy.
Well, let's keep going. So far up to 5 pitchers.
Corbin Burns, and then Blake Snell.
Oh, my God. That's 6.
Dylan Cease.
7.
Cole Reagans.
8.
Yamamoto.
Chris Sale, 9.
And then,
Yogamoga, 10.
Then Crochet.
Then Crochet. So 10 pitchers went ahead of Crochet. There's a good chance Crochet has a shot at winning the Cy Young.
Pretty crazy. Well, I got to get out of here. My hour is up.
All right, dude. It was fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for inviting me.
We'll do it again next week, and we'll talk All-Stars next week.
All right. Sounds good.
Make some home run predictions.
Sounds good. Try to get Long on here next week. He needs to hear some complaints.
I will. I will. I'll send him the link next week.
All right. Later.
All right, Jeff. Later.
Bye-bye.